My name is Olin Rogers. I'm the creator and executive producer of Final Space. I got my start off on the internet, making short films, stories, comedy. I made a proof of concept. We're making the show. The full show for TBS. It's got action, it's got drama, it's got comedy, it's got sci-fi. You want this thing? Because I want it. And guess what? This is the behind the scenes of that. So get ready for some BTS. When we started working on the show, we started to realize that we had to promote the show. So we started going out to upfronts and Comic-Con, and then we really started heavily promoting it around New York Comic-Con.
Gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the creator of Final Space, Olin Rogers, and the voice of Gary. Give it up for Captain Galloway, voice of Matt Hyplatuni, Mike Roberts, the supervising director of Final Space.
The show follows Gary, who is basically a prisoner on the ship for 5 years, and he's kind of going insane, essentially, because he's just by himself. He's basically not a Han Solo. He's not, this straight shooter. He's just craving any sort of like physical contact or just friendship. And that's when Mooncake, this really strange alien, kind of comes into his life, and basically he finds out that it's the most wanted thing in the universe, and that the Lord Commander's basically hunting it, which is David Tennant.
Olin came in and went, what if we did, some shows do like 40 or 50 backgrounds, what if we did like 300 backgrounds? We're like, yeah, that would be all right. So, if you guys know the process, but every time the camera cuts, it feels like a film. Film is very cutty and the camera's moving, so we're trying to make sure that the camera's always moving around. We're adding the film grain, all these things I mentioned before, so that like it feels, you're like, I know this is a cartoon, but it feels different. It feels intense.
There he is. Wait, but when you draw, I gotta figure this out, because now that's supposed to be his open mouth, but the teeth are black.
After New York Comic-Con, they asked me to come and do a little bit of a stand-up. I'm not even a stand-up comedian.
And I just blurt out any old thing. I'm like, Wesley steals things. She's like, excuse me? My boy has been stealing things?
After New York Comedy Festival, we went to Sundance. And one would think, if you go to Sundance, you probably let Hollywood go to your head. Probably rubbing shoulders with too many celebrities. I mean, heck, I fist bumped Ron Perlman twice. And I remember we had very modest lodgings, and that's the typical thing, you just go with the flow. Team Final Space is here at Sundance. Follow us into our lodgings, which two nobodies are going to share. Experience wealth beyond your own measure. We're stocked full of treasures and treats. Yu-Gi-Oh matches go down here on the regular. This is where the kids sleep. Except, I don't have kids. So, I have 4 bunk beds that I don't even need. And this room's Coty's room, because it's small. And he doesn't get any of the luxuries. Experience luxury!
Hello, my name's Emily. I'm an animation major here. Really big fan of your work, both on YouTube and with Final Space. It's awesome to see you in person.
Yes.
Yeah, got you, man. My question is, since you created this story and it's been with you for a while, what was the process like working with the animators and having them kind of create what you visualize for the story?
Yeah, I mean, that was a little bit of a learning curve, because it's like I knew I wanted to create something very cinematic. And the thing with even like in episode 1, and this is serialized, so it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and darker. And we wanted to start it off in a place that, felt, like he was alone, like he was going crazy. And I think that the biggest challenge with that was just creating something that was a little bit away from the typical like sitcom based like American Dad and Family Guy, but really kind of thinking about the shots and, you know, just the storyboarders like telling him like we're going to something cinematic. Like I remember I bought them all tickets to go see Guardians. I'm like, just go see Guardians and then come back and like let's just talk, you know. And I think that was the biggest thing, was just trying to convey that we wanted to you know, do something different, you know, something visually kind of stunning in a weird way. And yeah, that was the goal. So they got there though. Yeah, they got there. They worked.
Get ready, because we got more BTS on the way, guys.
Final Space, all new episodes, Mondays at 10:30 on TBS.